Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I'm Laon, a certified life coach and addiction recovery coach that teaches manifestation so that you can manifest the life of your dreams. If you want any help with any one-on-one coaching services, all of that is in the drop box below at soulutionscoaching.org. And I do have new products where you can do a custom subliminal that I make for you, a custom mind movie that I make for you, or 15 custom affirmations that you can have for your situation. All of that is on the website under the shop. And yeah, you can purchase and I'll get it to you within, 24 hours, at most 3 days, at most. But it usually doesn't take me that long. So if you want any of those services, check it out. Okay, I'm going to go on a little rant. Because recently with my clients, and it's been multiple clients, all right? So I know I got to talk about this. Recently with my clients, they've been stuck in the old story. And I'm doing my best to pull them out. But that old story and them dwelling in it is persistent. They are more persistent in dwelling in this old story than the new story. And one thing that all of them have been saying to me is, Laon, I'm watching this 3D and nothing's changing. And I'm doing this and I'm doing the work, but nothing's changing. So I asked them, are you really doing the work? Are you? Let's be honest here. Are you really doing the work? Because if you were doing the work, then it would reflect a different outcome. Okay? Yes, you might be sitting there affirming. But when you aren't affirming, or you aren't in your imagination, you aren't in your, scripting session, you aren't in your visualization, when you are outside of that, what state are you in? What thoughts are you having? How are you feeling? How are you acting? Because if you are going back to the old story, yeah, you'll do your affirmations. I'm worthy, I'm chosen, I'm in this relationship, and feel really good when you're saying them. And then as soon as you stop with that meditation or that affirming session or whatever technique you use, you stop with that session and you start thinking, oh, I wonder if this is working. I'm looking for movement, but nothing's happening, or the opposite is happening. And I wonder if, I'm missing something, or I wonder, if I'm ever going to get my manifestation, if I'm doing this for no reason, I'm just wasting my time, or, I wonder what they're doing. They're probably with the third party and having fun and living their life, and I'm sitting over here, sad over him or her, and, they're off doing their thing. Is that how you're thinking? Is that how you're thinking? Let's be honest. Is that how you're thinking when you aren't doing your affirmations or your technique? Because telling you right now, that's not doing the work. That's not. That's affirming, but still focusing on stuff that you don't want. And because the stuff that you don't want in that old story is dominant, that's why you're seeing the reflection not change. Nothing is happening. Because you haven't changed. You're not being disciplined with your thoughts. You're not observing your thoughts and catching yourself like, oh shit, I'm thinking about the old story. I don't want to think about that. Let's switch my focus to, but we're together. And I'm correcting my thoughts. And I know that this is going to work. I know that the law can't fail me because it's like fucking gravity. I know each day that I wake up, gravity is going to take over. And that's how the law works. The law cannot exempt me. That's how you have to correct yourself. Okay? Because you're going to be in two states. Yeah, you're going to affirm, and every time that you affirm or do a technique, that is getting you into the wish fulfilled. But as soon as you step out of doing that technique and you start focusing on the old story, again, you're back to the old story. You can't be double-minded. The double-minded man gets nowhere. Okay? It's not going to get you anywhere. You're not going to see any movement. If you do, it's going to be opposite because you are in two contradicting states. You can't say that you have something and you are this new person, but still focus on the fact that you don't have it and that you aren't worthy of it. It's simple, guys. It's simple. Not that it's going to be easy. That's why I'm saying it's simple. Think about what you want. Pick your desire. And then ask yourself, how would I think, feel, and act if I had this desire? If it's a relationship, what thoughts would you be having if you were in the relationship? I love, my person. They're constantly showing up for me. They spoil me. We're constantly going on dates. I love the communication we have. We always have a good time and share lots of laughs. I love the fact that we go out and do things and how they post me on social media because they're proud to be with me. It feels really good to just be in this relationship. It's everything I've always wanted. It's perfect. Those would be the thoughts that you're having, not the thoughts of if you aren't in it. I wonder what they're doing. They're probably with someone else. They're probably cheating on me. They're probably not even thinking about me. They probably already replaced me. And all this fear and insecurity. You wouldn't be thinking that if you were already in the relationship. Now, how would you feel if you were in the relationship? You'd be feeling stable, secure, worthy, good enough, feeling confident. You wouldn't be feeling in lack, desperation, sad, upset, replaced, rejected. How would you be acting? You would probably be living your normal day-to-day life. Going to get your nails done, your hair done, taking care of yourself, hanging out with your friends, sharing a few laughs, maybe going out for a few drinks. You'd be living your life. Okay? Not staying home, crying in bed, and complaining to your friends about how horrible your life is. Right? Just saying. Now, if it's for a job, okay, if you were in the dream job and making the dream amount of money, your thoughts would be, I have this amazing job. I love going to work each day. The coworkers I work with are absolutely amazing. This job is so easy. It's easy money. I can't believe that they're paying me to do this. I could do this job with my eyes closed. I'm so grateful to finally be in this position at this company. It's just absolutely amazing. How would you be feeling? Secure, stable, chosen, successful. How would you be acting? You'd be acting like, okay, if I went to the store, I could afford to buy this. Okay, that would be one of the things. You wouldn't be questioning if you could afford to buy it because you got a job that pays really well, right? Just some short examples. That is the difference between you getting your manifestation and not getting your manifestation. If you are still dwelling in the old story and focusing on what you don't have and focusing on the fact that they aren't in your reality and they're with somebody else, or you don't have the job and the bills are piling up and you don't have the money to pay it and you're drowning in debt, if you are focusing on all of those things, you are going to continue to get all of those things. So I don't know why you're expecting for something to change because you spent 5 minutes affirming, but I'm worthy, I got money, I'm abundant, I'm rich, and then going right back to the old story. I don't know why you're expecting stuff to change. It can't. It can't. You are a master at manifesting, just a master at manifesting the stuff that you don't want because you continue to focus on the stuff that you don't want. Does that make sense? Now, I'm going to share a little bit of a success story, and I've been sharing it with my clients. And this is a personal success story, okay? A few weeks ago, I don't know if you guys notice, I keep aquariums. I like aquariums. I like fish. In my living room, I have this Oscar fish, my favorite freaking fish I've ever had. He is awesome. And a few weeks ago, I noticed that he was getting sick. He had these white spots on him. And if you know anything about fish keeping, it can be cured, but it can also be very deadly. So he had these white spots on him. And at first I panicked because I didn't have the medication. I was going to have to order the medication. It was going to take a week. And that means his health would deteriorate even more. And I was panicked. I was stressed. I love this fish. I've had him for many, many years. And, it would be sad to see him go. So I panicked. And I spiraled. And I stressed. Pretty sure I even lost sleep over it. I know, silly, it's a fish, but whatever. So I panicked. And then I realized, okay, wait, Lane. Wait. What am I doing here? What am I doing here? The more that I feed into this fear that I'm going to lose him and that he's not going to survive from this disease, the more that he deteriorated. And that week went by. I got the medication and he stopped eating. Things got worse. I was giving him the medication. The white spots were all over his body, eating him alive because it's a parasite. He wasn't eating. He looked like death. I thought by the time I woke up in the morning, he was going to be gone, even though, I was doing the medication, I was putting extra salt in the tank, I was doing all these other things that I read online that you had to do. But I wasn't changing my internal world. My thoughts were still, and I was complaining to my parents about it, my friends, and worrying, and oh my God, I have to get this medication. Wins if he doesn't make it. I'm spending all this money trying to save him, and if he doesn't, spiraling, focusing on all of the things that are going wrong in the 3D and the circumstances, and if the medication's going to get here on time, and if I'm doing everything right, and questioning myself. And so, of course, he deteriorated. The 3D didn't change. It actually got worse because I kept indulging myself in this fear that I was going to lose this fish. So I caught myself and I was like, wait, Laon, you know what? Worst case scenario, he dies, right? I don't want him to, but worst case scenario, he dies. He lived a good life. I've had it for many years. He lived a good life. And I'm going to be okay regardless. Yeah, I might be a little sad, might be a little bit upset, but I'm going to be okay. I'm going to move on with my life and continue, doing what I do and feeling good. So really, what's there to fear? I just faced the fear head on. Okay? We end up, he dies. Oh my God, no way. Okay. At least he lived a good life. I took care of him to the best of my ability, tried everything I needed to try to save him, did everything that, the instructions said, or that other fish keepers had said. I did everything I could. So I detached from the need to keep him alive. I detached from the lack, that old story. Because I was like, I put my hands up. It's okay. I want him to live, but I'm going to be okay regardless. And I know that he lived a good life regardless. And then I started to affirm that he was in perfect health, that I love seeing the fact that he's eating now, and he looks amazing, he looks vibrant, he looks alive, he's back to his normal self, he's better than ever. And I started to affirm that. And I would fall asleep affirming that. And then I would visualize putting the food in the top of his tank and him eating it and acting like his normal self. I also have a fish friend that I talked to that was trying to give me advice on what to do. And I imagined telling her that, yeah, everything's good. I didn't lose a single fish. Everything's good. And the disease is gone. And he's back to his normal self. And I did those a couple of times and then, continued to affirm every single day for maybe like 5 minutes a day and really, really feel it as I affirmed it. Like as if I was actually telling this story. The way I set up my affirmations as if I was talking to somebody. Like, yeah, man, no, he's perfectly fine. He's in perfect health. He's acting like his normal self. He's even eating. Like, he is alive and vibrant and, better than normal. And that's how I just talked to myself over and over and checked in with myself throughout the day. If I started getting panicky or worried that he, was showing signs of the opposite, nope. Caught myself, stopped that thought, cut it, and then, reaffirm my new story. No, he's good. He's healthy. He's in perfect health. Everything's good. And literally, overnight, after falling asleep to that and doing those visualizations and affirming and falling asleep to that, I woke up and the spots are almost gone. Okay? Almost gone. And he's swimming around and acting like his normal self again. So as that day went on, I'm like, okay, I still caught myself telling my parents, he's looking better, the spots are starting to go away, but he's still not eating. And I was like, ooh, Laon, we got to change that because, his immune system's going to get better and stronger if you're eating, and he's not going to be so weak. So I had to catch that. So then I affirmed really, really hard on the fact that he's eating, did the visualization of him eating again, and fell asleep to that. Next day I woke up. And I was like, all right, I'm going to try this different kind of food and see if he'll eat. He ate it. So now he's eating. The disease is just about gone. He's got a couple little spots around his mouth, but it is just about gone. And that was 2 days of me really, really investing my all into this new story and catching myself if I was thinking negatively about it. Now, I get it. It's about a fish compared to a specific person, but the same thing applies. The law is the law, okay? My fish was going to die. He was on his near-death experience, okay? Couldn't figure out what was wrong with him. The medicine wasn't working. Nothing I was doing in the 3D was working. I went within. I really focused my attention on that he's healthy, he's eating, he's vibrant, he's acting like his normal self, and really lived that as my truth. Fell asleep in it, and he improved. Wasn't perfect yet, so I continued to persist. And as I persisted in thinking thoughts as if he was okay, feeling like he was okay, and then acting like he was okay. Because when he was sick, I was being paranoid. I was checking on him all the time, checking his tank, checking the water quality. I was doing everything like he was sick. Now, normally, I don't pay much attention to him. Okay? I just do their water changes and that's it. So I went back to that. I acted like he was fine. I didn't check him all the time. I wasn't checking if there was new spots. I wasn't checking to see if he was floating at the top dead. I just went about my day. And yeah, I affirmed this stuff and I acted like he was good, just like I normally would. And then one more day passed and he was back to eating. And now we're, I think, 4 days in. And it's just about gone. I'm not stressed about it. I'm not worried about it. I know it's going to be gone. That's why I'm sharing this story. Okay? So it really is that simple, and it really can change that fast if you focus. You have to focus and stop dwelling on the shit you don't want, no matter how scary it is, no matter how fearful you are, no matter how insecure you feel. Once you work on your self-concept of feeling whole, feeling good, regardless if you have this person, regardless if you have the job, you will be okay no matter what. And you detach from that old story. And all detachment is saying, I'm going to be okay no matter what. Yes, I might want this thing, but I do not need it. Yes, this thing is going to enhance my life, but it is not my life. I'm the source of my happiness. This thing is not. And once you take your power back and really start becoming this person, thinking, feeling, and acting like you are already living your desire with your specific person in the relationship, with the dream car, the job, the money, whatever it is, then things can change because now you have had the internal shift. And now the internal can be projected out and you can experience something different. But you have to change and you have to be the difference. Okay, so I hope that this video was helpful. I know it was a little bit of a rant, being a little tough guy with you, but you know what? Sometimes we need that. And based off the experience that I have in this and the experience that I've had with multiple clients succeeding and overcoming this old story, I know that these fellow clients that I'm working with right now are going to be able to do the same, and that you are going to be able to do the same. Okay? Again, I'm happy to share that, the success story, my fish is improving. And yeah, guys, it is really that simple. How would you think, feel, and act if you were already in a relationship? Invest all your time, your energy, your thoughts, and your feelings into this new story, and stop giving any attention to the old story. It might not be easy. It's going to take discipline and persistence, but it is possible, and it is that simple. So if you guys want any help, please, check out the resources down below. Please like and comment to this video to see what you think, if this was helpful. And if you like it, then it also shares it to other people that might be, dealing with this as well. And if you could hit that subscribe button, do me a solid, so then that way you don't miss any videos. When you hit that bell icon, that way you're notified every single time. So when I put up new content, you are able to watch it and not miss it. So hope that this video was helpful. And as always, guys, you got this.